people on the planet. Please give it up for Bridget Callahan, everybody.
Scottsbluff, hi. I love how Kyle asked if you wanted us to come back before the show. Just in case this doesn't go well. Do you want us to come back? I just moved into a new house recently, and I got gifted a dog with the house. I moved into a house full of roommates, and one of the roommates who had left his dog, and so all of a sudden I had a dog, because, you know, that's how dogs work, I guess. And this is an old 14-year-old fat asthmatic chow dog. And he likes to sleep at the end of my bed, and every night I can just hear him at the end of my bed, just, oh, nice. And I tried recently to make a video for a friend of mine in North Carolina. One of those videos, little sexy video, right? And he watched it and he said, "That's real cute, you look hot in that. What is that sound in the background?" And I watched it, you can hear it. The whole time. I was like, that is just me queefing. I'm just working on my kegels for you. I'm just trying to keep it tight, I guess. I recently moved to Colorado from North Carolina, but I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. And you think that would make me like immune to this fucking bullshit winter thing, but it's not. I don't understand winter sports. I don't understand how you guys get off on that shit. Our winter sport in Cleveland is just stepping over pigeons frozen to the sidewalk, you know? And I'm not good at that. So skiing's a little bit above my pay grade. But guys in Colorado ask you to go skiing on first dates all the time. It's like a really standard first date. I don't know what it is about my Tinder photos that make it look like I've ever been skiing in my life. I have not. For fun, I looked up skiing on Urban Dictionary, which is my favorite repository of human knowledge. First 11 definitions of skiing, all cocaine related, right? We could have guessed that. But the 12th definition was sitting bitch in a pickup truck while jerking two guys off. So who's a skiing expert now, you know? Living with new roommates is always weird. It's weird because I am 40. I'm 40, but it's Colorado, so we all live in... Oh, okay. Have as much sex as you can, your pussy's driving up in 15 years. That's the only advice I got for you. That's what I got. No, but living with roommates is strange when you're an adult. You think it's going to get better, but it gets weirder. I was sitting around with my friends who are, you know, all in their 40s. We're 11 a.m. Sunday morning drinking coffee like normal people. And then the one weird girlfriend of a roommate, because there's always one weird girlfriend, right? She just, out of the blue, is like, "Hey, has anybody here ever been paid for any sex work?" Like you do on a Sunday morning. And I said, "Yeah, one time a guy paid me a $10 check for a blowjob." Why did I tell her that? Why did I tell her? Let me tell you, it's because there's legal weed in Colorado, that's why. While we're talking about it though, if you're paying me a $10 check for a blowjob, what makes you think that I have a checking account? Classist as shit. Also, my blowjobs are worth way more than $10. I'm a fat girl from Ohio, you know? If you're gonna bet on who's gonna win the marathon, you bet on the skinny black guy from Kenya. If you want a blowjob with something to prove, you pick the girl with mommy issues from Ohio. That's what I got, yeah. I did turn 48. Did you guys, is somebody over there turning 40? Yeah? Hey, welcome to death, welcome to death. No, it's fine, but let me tell you, you know, like, I don't know what your friends are like. My friends are all in their 30s. I say that I'm middle-aged and they act like I like slapped them across the face. Nobody who's done as many whippets as me has ever lived past 82, you know? So I feel like middle-aged is an appropriate thing here, but they hate it. And I was waiting for the epiphany at 40. I thought that there would be some like, this is how you live your life, right? Some moment. But it turns out the only epiphany at 40 is that I've seen a lot of dicks in my life. Seen a lot of penises. It's like eating salt and vinegar potato chips, maybe a little bit, like, oh, that girl right there. No, right? You're like eating them, and then 20 minutes later the bag is gone and your mouth is on fire, and you're like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. That is an STD metaphor for everyone here who didn't get that. is I don't want to get to the point where I find myself having to use lube. It's the flavors of lube that throw me off, if we're being honest. It's like bend me over banana. I have daddy issues, cherry vanilla, you know. I think it tastes a little bit more like what I was expecting when I had sex. Something like late night taco. Held my pee in too long at the club pineapple, you know? Don't kiss me there, PBR, that's a real big one. That's a real big one right there. Even though I'm 40, for the last 6 years I've been dating nothing but 22-year-olds. Yeah, all the women are real behind that. It turns out, if you don't know, there is an expiration date to how long you can pretend to be impressed by vape trips, and I hit it. So, I've been trying to date a little older. I've been trying to date some guys my own age. It's hard. I don't know what it is about 40-year-old guys, but like something in their salivary gland just kicks up and goes into overdrive. Making out with a 40-year-old's like making out with a goldfish on Molly, you know? Like a drunk St. Bernard trying to convince you the gym blossoms in the big band. That's what it's like. 40-year guys are weird too. I went on one date with a guy. I thought it was going to be a successful date, honestly. I thought it would go well. We get on the date. It turns out he's a puppeteer. It was a fine date, other than that. Honestly, it was. But he did that thing at the end of the day that's a little weird. You know, I just met him. He's like, hey, do you want to go back to my house and smoke a bowl, have a nightcap? My parents raised me very feminist, very steady diet of Sesame Street, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood self-esteem, right? So if there's one thing that taught me, it's that you never turn down free puppets and weeds, so I went. And then he did that thing that I was most scared of. He made me listen to podcasts for 2 fucking hours while we're stoned. So I'm walking around his house trying to ignore the dulcet tones of whatever comedian he's got on, and I notice all along his house, there's all these pictures framed. And it's the same 5 people in these very elaborate wolf costumes. Because this guy is a furry. I wanted to see how many people in Scottsbluff, Nebraska knew what that was. Sounds like about 40%. For those of you who don't know, a furry is someone who dresses up in an elaborate wolf costume that costs my rent and goes out and parties with people and fucks them in their wolf costume sometimes, apparently. Honestly, if I was wearing something that expensive, I don't know how you pay for the dry cleaning, but all the pictures of him and his wolf pack were walking around the house. They're fucking hanging out in the Moab camping. They're on a cruise ship in Greece. They're trying coffee beans in Jamaica, right? By the end of it, I was like, shit, I'm a comedian. I have no financial support. How do I join your wolf pack, right? Do I let you sniff my ass? Is that the protocol? I don't get my vaccinations for this shit, you know? All right, here's the last reason I have a problem dating 40-year-olds. They say weird fucking shit to you. And I'm gonna tell you guys the weirdest, grossest thing a guy's ever said to me. Do you wanna hear it? I need a bigger response than that. Thank you. Kyle put me up because I was the gross one first, so this is the test. I went on 2 dates with this guy, 2. Apparently he felt very comfortable with me. And he texted me and he said, hey, I just had this funny thought just now. What if we took your cum and my cum and we mixed them together and I spoon-fed them to you? It's a thing an actual real-life human being texted me, and first of all, that feels like a face-to-face conversation. Second problem, no one in the history of just thinking of things has ever just thought of that. You've been holding on to that shit for 15 years of wanking off to Margaret Thatcher, whatever the fuck else you were doing. I'm the first girl who looks like she might actually do it, and I don't know how to change that about myself, but I'm working on it, you know? Second problem, I'm a creative pothead. I thought about it. I was like, what the hell would that be like? Your cum, my cum. It's a very obvious time delay, first of all, right? So one of them was gonna get cold. And I have a thing about lukewarm liquids. I don't think you can microwave that shit. So, I texted him back and I said, hey, I am willing to try this if you are willing to hold it in your mouth and mama bird me at the end.